Tools for your notary public business. Your stamp, your notarial record book, a pen to sign, and of course, your official notary seal. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. So today, I wanted to come and share the Notary Public information with you. This is a copy of my certificate from the state of Florida. I have my finger over my commission to protect my commission number. It's in this corner where you see my finger up here. So I just have to protect that. So with that said, I'm going to set that aside. And I want to say welcome to my channel. As always, I so appreciate you for coming in to spend time with me and listen to what I have to say. So if you would like, subscribe, and share me out. You may have someone who's interested in being a notary public, but they may not know where to start. So I'm going to try to help you with that. So first of all, you can apply online to your state website to be a notary public, and you can find that under Google. I used notary.com to do my actually not to do my certification, but to do my reinstatement. However, I did do a course with Huckleberry Notaries when I first started, and I actually did their course for 4 hours in a classroom, and then I got my commission and everything else. Okay, so Notary Public as a side hustle is real. You can actually make some good money, especially if you know someone who's doing real estate or who's doing car sales, or you can partner with your local bank if you want to just make, passive income there, because sometimes they have people who come in who need a notary, and they'll be able to just pick up and make a phone call and say, hey, are you available, or when can you be available to notarize some documents? And then they will, you'll make that appointment and tell them how much it is according to what you're signing. Excuse me. So Notary Public as a side hustle is real. Notaries are authorized by law to perform 6 basic duties. So those 6 basic duties are administer oaths of affirmations. So you're affirming that someone is who they say they are. You can take acknowledgement. You can attest to photocopies being certified that they are true copies. You can solemnize a marriage. So there you have it. Someone who's getting married, ask them if they'd like you to officiate their wedding. You never know, and you're truly legally authorized to do that. You can verify vehicle identification numbers. So VIN numbers for cars. The person comes to you with their vehicle. You go out, you take a look at the vehicle VIN number, and you look at the information that's on the document they're asking you to notarize and verify their VIN number for them. You can certify the comments of the contents of a safe deposit box. So you would have to be present, of course. So there's another fee. So in the state of Florida, your basic fee that you can charge is $10. Now, if you have to travel to do a notary, you can charge a travel fee, and you on top of the fee that you charge for your notarization. What documents, what kind of documents do you need to notarize? You can notarize articles of incorporation. So someone's becoming incorporated. Usually someone, they have a meeting with the secretary, the president, the CEO, the treasurer, and they get together and they have a meeting, and they need to certify that they are forming a corporation of some kind, and you will notarize that letter, and they'll be able to take it to the bank or wherever else they need to take it. You can do memorandums of understanding documents. So that's another area. Sometimes it requires someone who, if you speak a second language, you can verify that the document says what it would have said in English, vice versa, weigh the two, verify, the memorandums say the same thing. You can do vendor contracts. So I am a vendor from time to time, and I have to sign a contract with the host of the vending events, holding them harmless, blah blah blah. All of the spiel. If you get hurt, it's not their fault. You keep your area clean, you protect your customers, and you watch out for your own product. Okay, so that kind of thing in a vendor's contract. Um, You also, in that contract, may be asked to provide proof that you are a legitimate business and you have your certificate from the state or the city or county that you're going to vend in. So those are some important things to remember if you're a vendor or if you're about to notarize for a vendor contract. You can notarize commercial leases, so those big, large companies that have leases for, say, FedEx or the post office or Brown, any of them, those big companies, you would do a commercial lease and you would notarize those as having both parties present to sign. Construction and loan agreements, you can also have those. You can also notarize those. Those are when you go to like the new developments, and clients are coming in to confirm what house they want. Okay, so yes, so you can do construction and loan agreements. What are notaries used for? Notary publics witness the signing of important documents and verify the identity of the signers, their willingness to sign the document, and their awareness of the document contents of the document or transaction. Institutions really rely. Okay, we're going to pick it up and carry on from here. Personal notarized letters. You can prepare your own letter to be notarized, but it must include the following details. You're the individual drafting the letter. The letter includes your full name and address, title, subject of the letter, details of the letter, dates of signing the letter, and a section for the notary to sign the letter. So you certainly can create your own document and request a notary public to notarize your letter for you. So that's not out of the question. You don't have to ask the notary to create the letter for you. You can do it yourself. Of course, if you're creating the document or making corrections to the document, you certainly can charge a separate fee for that above the notarization fee. The correct way to notarize a document: step one, you require personal appearance. So they have to be present. The signers have to be present. Almost every state requires the signer to be personally appear before you during the notarization. Now, recently they have been doing virtual signings, which is another area that you can get into. I personally don't do virtual notarization. Step two, check over the document, carefully identify the signer, and record in the journal. So by saying to carefully identify the signer, you need to request identification from the signer. It can be a driver's license or a passport. Those are the two documents that the state of Florida requires. It could also be a government issued ID card if they don't have a driver's license. But typically what you're looking for is a form of identification that has the signature and the signer's picture on it so that you can identify the true, that is the person that's before you signing. And if they bring a document to you already signed, then you must give a oath by asking, do you affirm that this is your signature affixed to this letter? And they have to respond, yes. Again, you're going to verify that the signature on the identification matches the signature on the document. And then you're going to have to record in your notary record book. So you have it here, and then let's see. I do have some. Let's see. I don't want to expose anybody's information. So I have some clients who I notarize for. Basically, the form looks like this, and it's just asking for the date, the document, the signer's name, and the signer's photo ID number. So you just need to gather, you don't keep any copies of their actual documents. Long ago, you used to have to, not anymore. You just have to write their document number. So your driver's license number, your ID number, or the passport number in here, and the fee that you charge the person for that notary commission signing. So you do have to keep a record, and you have to keep these records for, I believe it's either 7 or 10 years. You know, government, they have all these rules. But anyway, so yeah, so those are just some of the things you can do. Now, I personally have been doing notary for personal documents, personal letters, actually receiving documents for real estate, real estate conveyances where they're going to pay off real estate or pay off the title, the balance on the vehicle, that type of thing. I did an apostle the other day for a document, and I'm still waiting for that to come back. But yeah, so I've done a few of those items since I have uh, been a notary public. Again, here's another thing you might do. Oh, I didn't tell you. So the fee to become a notary public is about $110, at least in the state of Florida. And you get your commission. You get your commission, the certificate that I showed you earlier when I first started. And then you get your notary stamp. You get your notary stamp that has your commission on it, your name and your commission on it. And you get your seal, which is this apparatus. I'm just going to put it together. It folds up really neatly. You just have to, come on, insert it, and it looks like this. And the plates in between have my name and my notary public on it. And when you, I don't know if you can see this, when you depress it, it gives you this. It embosses the paper with your name is right across the top, and then Notary Public State of Florida is on the bottom. And you'll do that, and then you'll also depress your stamp, which has your name and your commission number. And again, I'm hiding my commission number to protect me. And you'll sign, but you'll depress your stamp first. You'll sign, and then you'll apply the seal. And if you have more than one page, what you do is you put all of the pages together, and once you've notarized, you go ahead and you put all of the pages together and you depress the seal through all the layers. And maybe you can see this. Yep. And you can see on the second page, it came through as well. So, yep. So you can see it. It goes through to the other levels, layers of paper as well. And what happens is that keeps the document from being, keeps them from being able to switch pages, especially like if you're doing notarizing a will, or any documents that conveys money to from one person to another. You want to go ahead and depress your seal through all levels so that no pages can be changed without being noticed. So you depress the seal to seal. This is what I did. And if one page is missing, the pages are usually numbered anyway. So it would be pretty hard to get away with. But at least with the seal, if one page in between doesn't have the seal, or the last page doesn't have the seal, any page doesn't have the seal, something's wrong with that document. And whoever's verifying it or whoever's receiving it should be looking to see that all the pages are there and nothing shady has gone on, because that's what you paid me for. to make sure that it's not going to go awry. Yep, I am a commissioned servant of the public, Notary Public. That's what I am. Okay. Who can notarize a document? The following professional persons can, persons or authority can certify a document. So a notary public, a justice of the peace, embassy officer, consulate or higher commission officer, and commissioner of oaths and equivalent. So those are the only people who can actually notarize a document. So you actually holding a very high position within your state, being able to notarize documents. How do you notarize documents in the US? The notarization process is typical and simple. You present the document to the notary public and sign in their presence. After that, the notary official notarizes the document using an official stamp, writes in the date, and adds their own signature. Easy. $10, just like that. Okay. And then states often set restrictions on what a notary public can charge for their services. However, state regulations may also allow notaries to charge a reasonable fee for traveling to meet a client. Make sure that you understand your state's laws before offering a mobile notary service. Florida basic notary affirmation affidavit is $10 and you can add travel fees. Signing of real estate document. Now this is where the money starts to come in. Okay, so now we're getting to the real meat. So here we go. So signing real estate documents. Receiving and mailing of loan payoffs. Real estate documents is very lucrative. It's very lucrative. Get this. I know you're just going to hit the floor when you hear this one. Okay. I just want to let you know, in 1 week, I have had as many as 5 of these to do. 5. Okay. So the fee is $75 and up. Tell me you can use that kind of money. You can use that kind of money to notarize and mail documents on to the bank. Count up. As my sister would say, real coins. Real coins, okay? We're talking some real coins. So if you even did just 2 a week, along with your other side hustles, you're still doing good. You're still doing good. Okay? So, oh, I must say this. Don't go without your errors and omissions insurance. It is too cheap. It is too cheap. Get the insurance. Don't let anyone tell you you don't need it. Because if you mess up and you notarize something that you should not have notarized, it could really cost you. The insurance for $10,000. This phone keeps ringing. You know, only when you're recording. Only when you're recording. Let me just take care of this right now. There we go. There we go. Now it's off. Okay. Okay, so 10,000 for $10,000 of coverage, it only costs you about $30 to $35. Hello. And that covers you for the length of your commission. Your commission, by the way, lasts 4 years. So you invest $110 for your notary commission and your tools to do the notary, and another $30 for your errors and omissions insurance, and you're good to go for less than $150, round it out a little bit, and you're good to go. Why wouldn't you want to be a notary? Why wouldn't you? In these past days, as you know, with COVID, there were a lot of people who got married at home or at one of those drive-through locations. Sorry, I didn't think about that, because I could have done that as well. All they had to do was just show up to the little booth, present their certificate for getting married. You marry them, you sign the certificate, and then you take it off and you register it at the court and send them their copy once it's done. There's a whole book that the state actually provides to you, letting you know how to go about each of these notary duties that you perform. Something to note: never notarize a document where you are a party in the transaction or a family member is a party in the transaction. Don't do it. Because if there's ever a problem, I hate to tell you, it's not going to be pretty. So do not notarize documentation where you have a part in the transaction. So if it's your real estate that has to do with you owning the property, having any vested interest in the property, don't do it. Find someone else to do that notary for you, not a family member either. Someone who's completely neutral. And there's plenty of ways you can actually go online to your state website, and you can you can just Google Notary Publics near me, and it comes up with a list, and it'll either take you to the state website, or it'll take you to one of the notary associations, and they can refer someone to you. So that's another way of getting business for under your notary public. You don't have to hang a sign. You are commissioned by the state. So some of the things you can do, that can happen if you don't get your errors and omissions. You can be sued or unknowingly be lured into scams. We want to avoid scams. For me, they say you're not really interested in what the document is about, but I read the document. And if something doesn't look right, I ask them, what's this? Are you aware of this? And if they say yes, I have them initial here, and then I do the notary. But if I'm not comfortable, I'm not going to do it at all. Be on the lookout. If you read the document and you don't understand it, or it doesn't make sense, do not notarize the document. I can't tell you how important that is. Refer them to someone else. I hope if you refer someone to someone else to notarize the document, I would hope that the next person that saw that document would be their attorney. But That's just me. Okay, so I've come to the end of this, and I know it may be kind of lengthy, but I just wanted to go over some of the things that you can do as a notary public. You'll need to do an application with the state. Um, let's see, my certificate is signed by the Secretary of State and the Governor Ron DeSantis. So that's how far it goes up the ladder. So I would really recommend that you go through one of the notary associations, like um, notarypublics.com or notary.com, or Huckleberry Notaries for your, to do your application. And they may ask you for a character reference. And in that case, you just get someone who knows you well, not a family member. You could use someone who's at work, like your supervisor or someone in HR. And they like that kind of stuff. And I can tell you that some employers, if they don't have a notary public already on board, or they need another one, they may even pay for your notary commission for you. So that would be another option if you're still employed. And I've actually had two employers pay, and one that actually, I should say, one employer paid for my original one. Once I went and did it myself, they reimbursed me and asked me to become their notary on board. And I did. They reimbursed me. And then they renewed. And then most recently, my last employer actually renewed my commission. And that only came up, I can tell you, there's an advantage to having more than one notary public on board, because what happened in my case, the notary publics who were at my last company, they were on vacation and there was no one there to notarize some documents. And so they asked, well, is anyone else a notary? And I just told them, I'm a notary, but my commission expired X date. I just need to have it renewed, and they paid for it. So yeah. So you never know. You just have to ask. Tell them, that you're planning on applying to become a notary public, and you need a character reference. And this, oh, by the way, would you be willing to pay for my commission? And they may just say yes, or they may say, they already have enough notaries. You never know. But in this case, it just happened to be um, a good time, because they were asking if anyone else had already been a notary, and it happened that I did, so they renewed my notary public. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I want to say, if you enjoyed this, if notary is something that you've been thinking about doing, I say go ahead and do it. And you can also, send out letters to banks and stuff, and let them know that you are available. But you're on that website with the state. Once you become a notary and you have your commission, you're out there. Anyone could call you at any time and say, "Can you do a notarization for us?" And you're available. Just say yes. It's off the cuff money that you weren't expecting. So yeah, so you can make business cards and hand them out wherever you go, because you never know. Sometimes you could be in an event and someone could be looking for a notary. When I do my vending, I take my notary with me just in case. And I have a little sign. I don't know what I did with it. I wouldn't take my I would not take my commission certificate with me, but I do have a notary sign, a sign that says that I'm a notary public, that I can post anywhere that I am, and perform the act anywhere. You don't have to be in an office to do it. All they have to do is provide the document and their identification, and you provide the notary. So anyway, I think it's a very good thing to do. And just go online and read up about it. I'll leave some links in the description. I thank you for coming in to hear about Notary Publics, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, peace and blessings.